Hey everyone, welcome back to Catching Up with the Walkers from myself and Bella. And oh, here comes Shelby, she heard me talking. So hopefully you guys are having a good Christmas break if you're still on break from work or whatever you got going. But you guys see my Christmas lights are still up. No, I'm not turning them off, Shelby, until January 1st, okay? I'm leaving them up. That's just the way it goes around here. But I've got Bella, I've got Shelby, and the boys, they will be out in a little bit. Cassie will probably come out and catch up with me too and catch up with you guys. But today is the day that we are going to start building a bike rack. That way I can take the boys and their new bikes over to Arkansas. So I'm going to come out here and grab a quick measurement. The boys want to ride. There's a mountain bike park over there around the Fayetteville, Bentonville area. It's called the Boxcar or Rail Yard or something. But they want to go check it out. I want to go too. So let's see what our measurement is this direction, because I want this bike rack to be able to work in this truck or in the Ford over there. But this is the smaller of the two. So we'll get a measurement. So it looks like 53 inches is probably where I'm at as far as the maximum width. And I need it to hold 3 bikes. And here comes Ranger. What do you got, Ranger? You're going to draw our track?
Yep.
Okay.
And add some jumps to it.
Oh, you're going to design it on paper? So if you know Cassie, you know that she does not want to be cold. She has one requirement, that's to be warm, if she's even going to come out here. So I'm going to turn some heat on for Cassie, but I want my hands to be warm too, so it'll help us all out. So all we got to do is come back here, flip the switch, and I wanted to tell you guys the heater is going to be on too, because you'll probably hear a little bit of noise in the background coming from the heater. And that's what I'm talking about, a little bit of noise. But that's okay, we'll be working right up here and have plenty of space up here to work. So if we came 8 inches in from their end, that would give that tire plenty of space. I'm going to go ahead and lay this one down because it's got a kickstand. These other two don't. And then this one would be 8 inches from the end. So that would give enough room for it to get away from the cab. Now the back tire, I mean, you could kind of put the back tires together a little bit if you needed to, and the front tires would stay. The main thing is these handlebars. So I think I like that design. All 3 facing forward. We do the big bike on the left, little bike, Ranger's bike, and go from there. So there is the way we want them to sit. So now let's go get some lumber and start figuring this out. So I found a 2x6 is going to work well. So I think what we're going to do, it's going to be standing up like this, and it'll come up with 2x4s about this tall as this, about 2 foot, maybe 2.5. And then it'll go back with 2x4s to about right here. So we're going to mimic this bike stand because they work really well for the bikes and holding them upright. So we'll mimic what the bike stand does, except we're going to use wood because, well, that's what we have, and that's the most economical for us. So while I'm doing this, Ranger's sitting over here designing the Walker Farm Fam mountain bike BMX track. Okay, we got to start hill at the basketball court. Then you've got...
Follow the trail, Dad.
Oh, sorry, you got to follow the trail. You come down here. What's this?
Corner. Roller.
Big table, roller, small table.
Roller.
Where do you turn around at? Is this by the apple trees down here?
No. This is at the end of our track right now.
Oh, that's the end of the track right now. Okay.
And then this is continued.
Then you got to add that on later?
Yep.
All
and
right.
then a massive corner.
Cool. All right, well, you got to put it on paper before you can ever make it. So, looks good, bud. All right, well, I cut the boards up. Ransom said he's taking one of my examples here. You going to go ride?
Yeah.
All right. You're going to ride too? All right, get your helmets on. And I think it's starting to warm up quite a bit in here. Ooh. I think puts off the heat. Well, look who's by the fire.
I was closer, but I got too hot.
A little too warm.
It's a heat off.
Yeah, really, right up here is where the real heat's at.
Oh yeah.
Hold your hand there for about 10 seconds.
I told Gary I was only coming out to the shop if I turned the heater on. I could not get warm for some reason.
Well, the boys are out there in shorts and t-shirts riding.
That didn't make any sense.
So I'll get Cassie to help me out with my proof of concept before I cut too many boards. But if you hold those two up,
Hold the board.
yeah, so the plan is for this to go in like that, and it will have, it'll stop about right there, and then it'll stop right behind this tire. And so it'll have 1, 2, 3 spots on this. This board is already cut to the final width. And with Ransom's little bike in the middle, it looks like it'll work. So that's what we're working on. What do you think?
Does Ransoms need to be closer together, or the width is fine? It'll catch it.
So we're going to move Ranger's bike as far out that way as possible, mine out as far as that way as possible, and Ransom's will be in the middle. It's fine. You mean the tire width is fine? Yeah, the tire width will be fine. So we can adjust this too if we need to. We can just throw a little 2x in or something. So anyway, that's the idea. We'll see if it works. So cut some more boards, and it's officially warm enough for the inspector. She stood by the fire.
You turned my heat off. I'm freezing again.
I'm getting hot. So I'm getting hot. I've got a hoodie on. You got a hoodie on.
I know, but I'm cold.
It's probably like 65 degrees in here.
Whatever.
I bet. Is your...
It's only 54 outside.
Yeah, it's got to be 65.
That's why I told you I just can't get warm. Ever since I got home from basketball practice, I just can't get warm.
So we don't start our wood stove heat in the house unless it gets below like 40 degrees, like for your highs, and way below freezing for your lows.
Maybe that's why I'm so cold, because we had a wood heat going for so long because it was cold that your normal heater isn't as warm. And maybe that's why.
Electric heat is not as warm. It's not the same, but it's very efficient. So it has a heat pump and it's very efficient. So I don't mind using the electric heat until we need it to
below 40, we make a fire. Sometimes some people, my glasses are all gross, but some people just heat with wood, but we only heat, we
heat with electric
sorry
some of the time, and then we heat with wood in the extreme cold.
Yes.
But it works really well for us. Our house is very well insulated with spray foam insulation, very efficient windows, and we built it to be efficient. So the wood heat, when we need it, is great.
Yeah, I call it free heat, but people got to tell me, that ain't free. You worked to get the wood, or you bought the wood, or
Did you hear what
paid for the gas or the chainsaw.
You hear what I've been calling it recently?
What?
Freedom heat.
Oh.
Because we have freedom from the electric company, freedom from the gas company, and we have freedom to go make our own wood anytime we want, because we already have a chainsaw. So they can't gripe about us saying free anymore. It's freedom, okay, people? But these were also free, kind of. One of our subscribers sent us a 3-pack of these Menards pencils. Do you even know where Menards is?
Not specifically, but I know there's only certain places with it.
Correct.
Like north?
Northeast, probably. It's a regional thing. We don't really have a Menards in our area.
I've seen it, though, as we've been traveling.
We have Home Depot. We have Lowe's. We have a company called Sutherland's in Tulsa, but it's kind of a regional place. But we have awesome construction pencils, 3 extra ones. That's what I've been using.
Does it come with a sharpener, too?
No, I've had the sharpener for...
Oh. Because you gotta,
for a while.
You gotta have a sharpener specifically for that shape.
Or you can pull out your pocket knife and go for that. So I showed Cassie the plan, and I marked the board. So we have a lot of different size tires here. My tire on my bike, the fat tire bike, is 4 inches wide. Ransom's is going to be in the middle. His is
2.5.
2.5. Ranger's over here on the side is 2 1/4. So they're all a little different size. But
Rangers is not as wide as Ransom's?
But I saw a guy building something similar to this. And what he did was, when it came time to put his BMX bike in to the mountain bike thing, he just put in some of those pool noodles. He just slit one of those and slid it over the sides of the 2x4s. And then the 20-inch.
Take up some room.
Yeah, the thin bike tire would fit right in it. Also, you could adjust it just by putting in another board if you needed to. But we'll see how it goes. We're going to literally spend $12 to $15. I did look up bike racks, and there's one I want. You want to guess how much it costs?
Similar to this kind of thing?
No, nothing at all like this. Like
to go on the back of your truck or to go on your
So
hitch?
this one goes in your hitch, and then it stands up like this. When it holds your front tire, you put your front tire in it, and then you tie the back tire down to the frame. You pull the release, and it goes like this. So if it was on the Honda minivan, the hatch could still go up and down.
So my initial response is going to be like $500. But now that you explained it and tell me what all it does, I'm going to say
It'll hold either 4, 5, or 6 bikes. You can buy one of those options.
$1,800, but I'm still probably too low.
No, that's high. That's high. They're like $900.
Oh.
So we're going to make this first and then go from there, because if we go to BMX and we only need to haul Ranger and Ransom's bikes, they both fit in the back of the Honda minivan, no problem. If Ranger, Ransom, and I want to go over to Arkansas and ride bikes, this will work for, I'm probably going to have $20 in it.
Also, the BMX bikes are clean. They stay in the house. They're rode on clean tracks.
Yes.
These bikes are muddy and gross and not going in my van.
Yeah, this is, let me just, I'll pull one up here to show you guys. Whoops. There you go. Very muddy, very dirty, which that's what you want with a mountain bike.
Ranger, every time he parks it, he gets some wipies and cleans it off the best he can. But we've got a lot of rain here. The boys have been riding a lot, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But these are mountain bikes for trails and out in the woods. So they're going to be muddy. So you take the truck.
Exactly. So that gives you an idea of what we plan on doing some Christmas break. I want to take the boys to some mountain bike trails.
I'm a little offended you didn't make it big enough for me.
You can come along and ride the fat tire bike that I've got a spot for me, if you want to.
I'm kidding. I'm good. Mazy and I will stay home.
Well, Mazy did get to
I'll
go.
probably be at basketball practice.
Mazy did get to go do her nails today.
Yep.
And you guys will see that on the next Walker Farm Fam video. But she's excited about that. But Cassie had archery practice yesterday, basketball practice today. You don't have any tomorrow, Saturday.
Yeah. We have a family Christmas tomorrow.
Family Christmas tomorrow, church Sunday, and then all next week you have stuff.
Either basketball or archery on different days.
So there you go.
And some people's like, it's Christmas break. Why are those kids having to practice? Well, one, it's not like if you don't practice, you're banished. But two, some parents are like, I'm so glad my kids have something to go to so they're not just sitting at home all day, because it's like for limited time. Now for me, it's a little bit longer because sometimes like today I had to be there for a while for other teams, but each team only came in for a limited amount.
Like an hour.
Yeah, varsity came for 2 hours, but they're varsity. But I had several gone, and all I ask is that they communicate with me. I'm trying to teach them responsibility. One day when you have a job, you got to communicate with your boss. You can't just not show up. So they communicate with me, all is well. They can come or they can't. The catcher is, though, once we have a game, a week from today, we have a game.
Yeah.
If they haven't gotten in the gym, they're going to be really out of shape.
That's the big catcher, because you'll tell whenever the ones that are out of shape that has done nothing all holiday break as soon as January comes.
So I'm providing, and our other coaches of the other teams are providing an opportunity for them to come in, not just sit on the couch all day, to work on their skills, to get back in shape or not lose the shape that we were already in, so that when we have our game, people aren't like, they haven't even got to practice in 2 weeks and they expect them to play. See, I know how things work. They're either mad because you do or they're mad because you don't.
Well,
but we have really great parents. Nobody really complains. Most of the kids get there, and the ones who can't communicate, and that's all we ask.
We went years without a gym. So this year, Cassie actually has a gym. So she's going to make the most of it to make sure that her kids get the most that they can get and be ready for January.
Ransom's been chomping at the bit. When's my practice? When's my practice? When's my practice? I'm like, son, you're in first grade. You're not going to practice every day.
Well, he wants to practice every day with Cassie's other teams.
Yeah, he was there this morning and ready to practice.
So Mazy is playing basketball this year.
Yes.
So there's an update for you. She didn't play last year. She played the year before.
And I told her last year, you're not, if you don't play, that's up to you. But 2 or 3 games in, you can't come up and say, I want to play. And so 2 or 3 games in, she just told me, Mom, you were right. I want to play next year. I should have played. So it's not that basketball is her absolute favorite sport, but she does enjoy it. She enjoys going and doing things with her friends and being a part of it. She enjoys the next day at school. Everybody's talking about the game, and she's a part of that.
She's a social butterfly.
But she does like basketball. She does enjoy it. She is just like most of the other girls, afraid of messing up. I'm not perfect, and we keep trying to tell them, you guys are still learning. You're just fine.
Yeah. So Mazy will do good, and she has some good coaches that will work with her
today
as well.
Her coach was like, do you think Mazy could do the jump ball? I wanted to say, that's a horrible idea.
But I think she'll get there.
I was like, that's pretty cool that, because that's a big job. I was like, that's pretty cool that you thought of her, but I'm not real sure about that.
Mazy, come here. Mazy just walked in.
We're talking about you.
You know when the basketball games start? Oh, you got peppermint? You know when the basketball game starts and the referee goes like this and he throws the ball up in the air and then you have to jump up and try to get it? Would you do that? You think that'd be a good job for you? Why not?
You know,
You're not tall enough.
You're one of the tallest ones on your team. You know what Coach Whitney said today?
What?
Does Mazy do jump ball? You think she would do? You think she should do that or something? And I was like,
She probably wouldn't want to, but.
But it's pretty cool that your coach thought you should be the one to do it.
I bet the other team will be taller than me.
Hey, you know when you do that,
Will be taller than me.
you have to be like super serious and like give them a good stare down, right?
Not brush your teeth that day.
Mazy's got peppermints.
Oh,
Or you say, as soon as the ref throws the ball up, you say, squirrel, and then jump into it. Can you do that?
Mouse.
I don't think they'd fall for that.
You gotta trick them a little bit. All right, you want to
I'm not
tell
good at
everybody hi on catching up with the Walkers? So Mazy was looking for a magnet, something to do with her fingernails.
The gel paint the lady used, you put a magnet on it and the sparkle or the shiny moves. I don't know. She showed us, but now we can't seem to find a magnet that does it. I told Mazy, maybe it only does it when it's wet. And she was like, no, the whole thing is when it's dry, you can still do it. I don't know.
We'll figure it out. Or we won't, one of the two. But I'm going to turn the heater back on so Cassie can come back out later and enjoy it. How about hot chocolate later? Does that sound good?
Maybe some coffee. I'm
Cassie.
not a big hot chocolate drinker. It's really like sugary or something.
Well, I bought Hershey's hot chocolate for the kids for Christmas. So I'm going to try to make some hot chocolate later, see how that is. And what else was I going to say? Oh, Ransom is chomping at the bit to get to screwing some of this together. So we're ready to do that. So we'll show you guys, I think, putting some stuff together. And like I said, I'll turn the heater back on for Cassie so she can come back out later and check it out.
Oh, you're making me leave?
Oh, no. Is it too cold in here for you?
Not if you turn the heater on.
Okay, I'm turning the heater on so Cassie will stay. She'll have a comfortable seat right over here in the side-by-side, too.
That's too far from the heater.
Oh, okay.
But maybe I can just go back and forth.
All right, so I pre-drilled my big 2x6 board, and Ransom's going to come behind here and put in a screw straight into this 2x4 so it'll stand up like this. Right, so, yeah, watch your finger. Stick your finger out. Now slow. Hang on. All right, ready? Go for it. So we want to just kind of give you an update as we go along on this first one because we're going to do this 3 times, but we're not going to record the next 2 probably. We'll just show you the finished product when we're done. But we're trying to record the first one. So Ransom, you want to grab that other board? So these I did 28 inches and these are 24 inches. So these next ones are going to go out here just like that. And then that one. And just like that. Okay. So what we need is our corner braces. You remember those? So what we're going to do here is use these corner braces and we'll put them right here. And then we might throw in either a scab of a 2x4 on the sides, or we've got some more braces we'll use. All right, well, I started the corner brace with these a little bit longer outdoor screws, and Ransom's gonna use the screws that came with right there. See how easy or hard they are. I might need to start them. Just get your finger out of the way when you start to do it, okay? So it doesn't hit you. There you go. Oh, kind of slipped. It's all right. Here, just hope you got it. push. Just gotta push down on it hard. See? Good job. All right, I think we've got the first one ready. So my beautiful assistant, amazing Cassie, is going the video for me. Just for demonstration purposes.
I only get to be the camera woman for demonstration purposes. Perfect.
There we go. So that will be in the back. I might add one up here. We'll see. And then I want to add a brace right here on each one. But other than that, I think it'll work.
And he's kept the heater on, and I've been sitting here by Ransom colors, working out pretty well.
You like it?
Yeah.
All right, the first one is finished. So this is the brace up here. And I say finished, I'm gonna do a little bit of a brace right there. But other than that, it is done. And this is a heavy bike, and it holds it just fine, no problem. So I think we'll have no problems with the other two. And yeah, I think it looks good. We'll keep going. So Cassie, I made an executive decision to turn the heater off because I started sweating. Is that okay?
It's pretty warm in here.
Okay.
It's not freezing anymore.
All right, so I've got the next one started, but Ransom stopped me because he wants to show me something. What have you been making?
Something for mom.
Something for mom. Can I see the front of it again? Okay, let's go show her. You want to show her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Close your eyes.
Gotta close your eyes now, Mom.
I'll show you the front first. Open.
Aww.
I love you, Mom. Arrow heart. Okay, close your eyes again. Open them.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. I like it. Thank you, Bubba.
And since your favorite color was orange, I made these colors.
Ooh, I like it. Good job. Looks really good.
So Ransom's been hard at work on our e-bike boxes. What are you doing? Going to work? He's having fun. So update over here. We've got one, we've got two, and we're working on number 3. Cassie helped me out big time.
Oh, yeah?
She stood on it while I was putting screws in.
You just said I was the supervisor.
Well,
Off camera.
this is the supervisor's seat. You said you were the supervisor, didn't you?
Off camera, he calls me the supervisor. On camera, he acts like I'm real helpful.
See, super.
That's nice of you.
You're super helpful. Everybody needs a supervisor, otherwise.
Is that heater's been off for a little too long.
I'm getting hot. I'm still not cold, okay? I'm hot. He's hot. There's a common denominator here. We're moving and doing stuff.
But I'm the supervisor, and my feet are cold.
That whole workbench over there could be organized. But you don't really know where the stuff goes, so I'll have to do it myself. What? You don't?
Video started real nice, and then now it's gotten mean.
You think so? I
don't really care.
I love you.
I love you.
Mwah. There you go.
This is a family channel. No kissing.
What? This is Cassie and Gary most of the time.
Oh, this is catching up with the walkers.
Yeah.
Never mind. Still family.
It's Christmas break though, so well, there's that.
If you can get your rear end through it, you can probably get the rest. Uh-oh. He's going in, people.
Hey, you want to come out, have Ranger come out here and surprise him?
Yeah.
Try to scare him?
He's like a mouse. Just gotta get
All right, so what I'm going to
a
do,
little bit in. And then
listen, I want to have Ranger come back here, and I want to have him step way back here by this box to look and make sure his bike rack looks good, okay?
But listen, you're gonna have to scoot back a little bit because I can see that bright green thing. It actually glows in the dark or something on your shirt.
Okay, so what you're going to have to do is reach out and grab his leg, okay? Can you do that?
Yeah, if you stay on that side, I can't
Tell
see
him
you.
not to look in.
Whoa, if I tell him that, he'll definitely look
No,
in.
Gary will just say, hey, go back there and see if this is straight. We're not going to mention the box or he would look. And then when he gets back there, you go, stick your arm to him. Ah!
Sound good?
Yeah.
You got to be super quiet, though.
Okay, we'll go get him. This isn't very nice, is it, Cassie?
Are you videoing?
Well, I am now. Cassie's calling Mazy to send Ranger out.
I was making weird faces. That was the video then.
All right, so we got Ranger out here. Come here. So 1 bite, 2 bite, I've got 3 bikes. So look at that. Don't push on it too hard back and forth. Don't rock it. But I want you to back up and tell me if that looks straight. Just back up a little bit. I'm going to push the bike in. Go back because you got to see the whole tire going in, like the whole back tire. Oh, back up a little bit further. You're all right. Did you get it?
Yeah, you did.
I knew that it was up. You were up to something. Because I looked at you.
I'm just sitting here.
All right. Anyway, how do you think that looks? Since you're out here, hey, don't go hurt your brother.
You can't
Come
get
here.
in here. You can't look. You can't fit.
Since you're out here, come look at it. You think it's gonna look good?
Yeah.
Looks good.
Fit in that.
I did that. You cannot fit.
You're like a mouse. Get that head You might need a bigger hole.
All right. We gotta keep working. So it's all finished, and we ended up putting the braces like here and on this side for the bigger bike. Same thing with Ranger's side. I ran out of those little braces, but if Ransom's doesn't hold up, we might put some on his. But his is the lightest of the bikes. But Ranger is gonna put his bike in first. So his will go right there. And this will be in the back of the pickup. So when it goes in there, it's going to be secure and kind of align it straight. All right, you want to grab Ransom's? So it's got a little bit of room to play to get it in and out. Ransom's is pretty light. So there's Ransom's. And then last and certainly not the least, at least it's not the least of the bikes, it's the heaviest. The high boy. And I don't know how long. I'm just going to take this bike the first time we go. This is the e-bike. Eventually, I'll probably get a mountain bike. I have a dirt jumper that I need to get into the shop because it's not gearing like I like. But Ranger's going to push this one in there. It's got a 4-inch fat tire. There you go. So that's it. So this will be in the back of the pickup. This will just set in the back of the pickup. And then we might take like a strap and just run it across right here. And it'll go across this tire and across this right here and then strap it in. But otherwise, they're just gravity's gonna hold them still. And we see a lot of people riding with bike racks kind of like that, don't we, Ranger?
Yeah.
There's a guy that kind of got the idea off of, but I kind of looked at what the boys' bike racks that we got them for Christmas. So these little racks, I think they were about $60, $65 each for 1, 2. And then we'll be able to use those at BMX, but kind of use the dimensions on those too to help. But there you go. We have all 3 bikes, so you guys will have to stay tuned for one of our Walker Farm Fan videos. Ranger, you want to let them know where we're going to be headed?
The rail yard in Rogers, Arkansas.
The rail yard in Rogers, Arkansas. So over in the Bentonville, Rogers area, they have a lot of mountain biking, and Ranger and Ransom are really interested in a place called the rail yard. So if you want to go along and see what that video is like, you have to make sure you're subscribed to Catching Up with the Walkers, because we'll probably talk about it there, but make sure you're subscribed to Walker Farm Fam, so you know when we go, and we'll be putting our new bike rack to use. So that did end up saving us, though. We probably would have spent at least $500 to $700 on a nice 3-bike rack on the back of a car that goes in a hitch or something. And we might still get one later. So just because we're doing this now doesn't mean we're not going to get a bike hitch later on, especially if we need to haul all 5 bikes. Then the only way I see to do it is to buy one of those nice bike racks. But for now, we're going to make do with this. Cassie will be back in a minute. We'll catch up with her before we end the video. So if you hear the ball bouncing, it's because the boys are practicing a little basketball.
They're crazy. They don't think it's cold.
We've got about 20 or 30 more minutes before going in and getting ready for bed. These late or early dark hours are for the birds.
I kind of like them. I'm ready to go to bed at 7.
I do not like them because I like to be out doing stuff until 8:30 at night and then come in and end my day.
Yep.
But that's the way it is. I know, I think we've hit the shortest day, and now the days are starting to get longer. So I think we've hit that time. So the day hours are starting to get longer. And I heard a rumor that they are going to be doing away with daylight savings time.
Really? That'd be good.
The new president might do that. We don't know if that's actually going to happen. But if it can, then that's an awesome thing because I'm over it. Just leave it one way or the other. I don't care if
Some
you leave
states
it.
don't do it, right?
Arizona, there are some Indian reservations that don't recognize it. And I mean, there's probably multiple countries that think we're crazy.
A joke come to my mind.
All right, what's the joke? Let's hear it, Cassie. Is it appropriate? It's a family channel.
You said there's some Indian reservations that don't recognize it, and I was gonna say, is that why they call it Indian time and they're always late?
Oh man, now Cassie, come on. You know you're living with 4 out of 5 Indians in our household. You calling all of us late? You making generalizations about? You think we live in teepees too, Cassie? I'm just joking. Don't take that the wrong way.
You should probably edit some of that out.
No, I'm not going to edit that out because literally people used to travel to Oklahoma, and this was not that long ago, and they might still do it today, expecting to see people living in teepees. Now, there are a lot of Native American tribes here, like over 100, because it's where the government moved them all. But there's nobody living in teepees. For most of you guys know that because you've watched our channel.
Unless they're just really trying to be one with nature.
Or putting on a cultural presentation or something. But everybody here lives in modern housing, I mean, for the most part. So I think that's going to be it, though, for catching up with the walkers. Here, we always try to leave room and time for special prayer requests. So if you guys do have any of those, leave them down in the comments. Kind of praise. My grandpa went to the hospital, but then he's back home. He got home in time for Christmas. He came to the Christmas dinner. I don't think I got to show this on the other channel, so I have some pictures. While I'm talking right now, I'll put them up. This first one is pictures with my grandpa, and then we also took pictures with my grandma, and couldn't leave my dad out. So my dad, here's some pictures with him as well. So hopefully you got to see your loved ones on Christmas time and be with them. But do say a prayer for my grandpa. He is now at home, but he does have to have somebody with him 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And my family's kind of worked out a way for that to happen without him going back to a nursing home for the time being. But there's a lot of issues there. So just be in prayer, and we do appreciate it. Cassie, got anything?
I have a cousin who just found out she has breast cancer and going through the steps of treating that, what's the plan, figuring all that out. So just be with her and her family as they navigate that.
All right. So we thank you guys. Leave your prayer requests down in the comments. And I know others always do look over those and pray over those as well. So we hope you guys have a great day, and God bless.
We love you guys.